Wednesday, May 27th, today on Your Morning Atlantic, long-term care workers from a 36 home in Nova Scotia are joining the labor action, bringing the number of striking workers to 3,600. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the Walk for Kids will check in with the folks at Ronald McDonald House Maritimes about their upcoming event in support of a great cause. That's in our second hour.
Plus, the art of adventure. What do you get when you mix a legendary Canadian artist and an esteemed biologist? A new documentary by filmmaker Allison Reed. We'll chat with her in our 8 o'clock hour. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Well, good morning. Come on in at 6 o'clock on this Wednesday, May 27th. It's the last Wednesday of May. If you can believe it, we're already there.
June will be here on Monday.
Wild.
It is, and I know you mentioned the Ronald McDonald House walk. It is so much fun. Usually in the beginning of June, taking place across Atlantic Canada. That is a fun event.
Yeah, you've been the MC many times.
Yeah, in the Halifax area. I want to say I've been the MC for, oh gosh, maybe 4 years, maybe, and it's fun. Usually the weather is wonderful, and they have so many activities for your kids.
Well, I had the pleasure of visiting the actual new Ronald McDonald House facility on South Street in Halifax. It's not a house, it's a building. It's beautiful. Wonderful. They're doing such great work, and Jennifer Punch, who's the CEO now, she was a volunteer about 10 years ago, and they started the walk.
Wow.
So it's really cool.
Amazing.
Obviously, she's passionate about the organization. Anyway, the tour is coming up, and the chat about the walk is coming up a little bit later in the show. Today, speaking of walks, our own editor, Josh McLean, came in on his walk to work. He said it was raining.
Yeah.
So big changes.
Absolutely. We're seeing that cool back down. Temperatures not so much in the double digits this morning, more like the single digits.
Wow.
And cooler. Yeah.
What a change. Like a few hours ago, it was actually quite warm.
I know, right?
What a difference.
I know.
Get the jacket.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The rain jacket.
Yeah, we are seeing somewhat weather track back in across the region. Looking at a chance of showers for much of Atlantic Canada today, so keep that in mind when you are heading out early this morning. It is cold and windy starting off your day. 6 degrees right now in Halifax, 4 in Sydney, with 7 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 8 in Fredericton, 4 degrees in Labrador City, and 3 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at the current system we're dealing with. A chance of showers for all 3 maritime provinces. Newfoundland and Labrador going to see a bit of sunshine, but also seeing somewhat weather track across those provinces as well. In terms of the wind, it's going to be another breezy day. As of right now, we are seeing sustained wind, 30 kilometers per hour in Halifax and in North Cape, 24 in Charlottetown and Lunenburg, 20 in Greenwood. Wind gusts getting up to 43 kilometers per hour this morning in Halifax and 33 in Greenwood. We'll take a look at your rainfall totals just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. Another long-term care home is joining this 6-week-old strike in Nova Scotia. CUPE says workers at Glenhaven Manor in New Glasgow are expected to hit the picket line today. It will be the 36th home to see its workers take job action. That will bring the total number of striking workers to about 3,600. At last report, no talks were ongoing or planned. A man accused of sexually assaulting over a dozen people at a St. John's seniors home made his first court appearance Tuesday morning. 69-year-old Kevin McGrath is facing 14 counts of sexual assault related to incidents in December and January at Loch Lomond Villa. The courtroom was full, but victims' families and Loch Lomond's CEO declined to speak with reporters. Police had previously told CTV News the accused was a family member of a resident at the nursing home. He'll be back in court in late June. 2 15-year-old hockey players charged in Nova Scotia with sexual assault after an alleged hazing incident have pleaded not guilty. One youth appeared in Truro court. The other was represented by their lawyer. The crimes are alleged to have taken place in the fall. Police have said there are 3 victims. The accused, who were all 14 at the time of the alleged offenses, were charged back in February. They're due back in court at the end of June to set a trial date. There are high hopes and higher expectations for St. John's new city council, which will be sworn in on Monday. Both new and veteran councillors acknowledge there's a long list of issues to deal with, but it seems public safety is the most pressing. Eric Savoy was elected as a first-time councillor in Ward 3, where the bulk of the concerns reside. He says the best way to help residents feel safe is by keeping them informed.
Public deserves to know what the plan is and understand how we're working together, how we're making progress, and importantly, where there's barriers, what are we going to do to bring down those barriers?
Savoy says public safety was the top concern he heard during the campaign. The city has made efforts to improve the sense of safety with its Housing for All strategy and new Community Safety Services team. It didn't take long for Halifax councillors to shoot down a proposal to make weekday ferry service free next month.
I didn't bring this on a whim. We're 5 months into 50% of this service being unavailable.
Dartmouth councillor Sam Austin pitched the idea as the city continues to deal with delayed and cancelled ferry runs. 15-minute runs were finally restored last week after months of half-hour service. But another significant repair killed that again.
Having 15-minute service was a luxury. In the past, we've always had 30-minute service. So I don't know why we're not saying 30-minute service is still good service.
If a strategic investment in a sixth ferry is something we need to do now, there's that question, you know, like where is our ferry service heading?
Austin's motion, which would have cost about $175,000, was defeated at the council table. A PEI hockey legend, longtime NHL player and Maritime junior coach Forbes Kennedy has died. Born in Dorchester, New Brunswick, and raised on the island, Forbes Kennedy played 603 games in the NHL, often in the enforcer role for Detroit, Boston, Philadelphia, and Toronto. He was inducted into the PEI Sports Hall of Fame while still playing in 1968. He spent decades coaching, first in the U.S., then back home with the Charlottetown Abbeys, and later as bench boss of the Summerside Western Capitals from 2004 until 2007. Forbes Kennedy was 90 years old. Finally, firefighters in North Sydney saved a service dog from a burning house, and it was caught on camera.
Oh, what a sin.
Firefighters first used a ladder to try and reach the dog, who was trapped on the top floor. Now, while crews below, they considered casting a net for the animal to jump onto. The 70-pound dog was ultimately brought down the stairs to safety by a firefighter from inside.
He was a service animal who was a very important animal to the person that owned him, and that alone is worth it.
He knows he saved him. Look at him. Oh, my God.
And there's the dog back on the ground. Now, as for the fire itself, fire crews, they were called to the blaze around 3 Monday afternoon. A woman inside the home also got out safely. Now, a firefighter was injured at the scene, and a cat did die. How the fire started is under investigation. But wow, just look at this drone video just showing the extent of this fire.
So sad.
The fact that this dog was on the 3rd floor, and the firefighters were telling our reporter Ryan that the dog had poked its head out of like the wall and then went on to the roof to say, like, I'm here, please get me. And the firefighters, guess what? They didn't, word spread quickly, right? They didn't have to pay for a coffee, like, at all
obviously.
They didn't talk of the town, right?
To get a 70-pound dog down a ladder? Holy moly.
Yeah, well, they ended up going, getting it down from the inside. That's how they brought it down, but yeah, they were considering a net, but...
The building was consumed in flames, though, like,
I know.
wild.
Firefighters are heroes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, this is important information. The IWK Telethon for Children returns this weekend, and it's the 42nd year for the annual maritime tradition. The IWK Telethon supports the region's largest hospital for women and children with a weekend of celebration. So Friday, May 29th is the Radiothon, where listeners can tune in and make donations. And then Saturday, May 30th is a 2-hour telethon tribute show hosted by Jonathan Torrance and CTV's Katie Kelly. There'll be performances by Neon Dreams, Ian James, Rainey Smith, and more. Sunday, May 31st, CTV Atlantic brings Maritimers the IWK Telethon for Children broadcast from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's on CTV, CTV.ca, and the CTV app. It's the 30th year the telethon has been broadcast on CTV, and it highlights patients and families who have received specialized care at the IWK, along with donors who generously support the cost. So we hope that you can tune in and help make a difference. You may or may not spot the three of us over the course of the weekend. You will.
Yes. Yeah, spoiler alert, you will. All at different times, too.
Yes.
And have the tissues handy.
Not because we're involved in it, but great stories to share.
Patient stories are incredible.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take our first break on this Wednesday morning. I'll have a look at your national and international news headlines on this Wednesday, and Latavia has a full look at the forecast. It is chilly out there this morning. Look at all that cloud cover in Port aux Basques, Newfoundland. The forecast is coming up right after this.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:13. We're taking a live look at Moncton. 8 degrees starting off your day. It is cooler this morning, and we are going to see temperatures rise, remaining below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. And as you can see in our live eye, we are dealing with some wet weather tracking across the region as well. 6 degrees right now in Halifax, with 4 in Sydney, 7 degrees in Charlottetown, 8 starting off your day in Fredericton, 5 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 2 degrees over in Corner Brook. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Much of Newfoundland and Labrador starting off the day with a bit of sunshine, increasing cloudiness. A chance of showers starts to move in for parts of Labrador. For the Maritime region, all 3 maritime provinces dealing with some wet weather today. A chance of showers starts off the day and will continue into the afternoon. We will be seeing some sunny breaks for parts of New Brunswick into the southern region of Nova Scotia. But other than that, we are going to still deal with a chance of showers into the afternoon and evening. Newfoundland and Labrador are going to see a bit of precipitation as well, not as heavy as we're seeing into the Maritime region, but it's still going to remain relatively light, but still cooling things down yet again into the overnight hours into Thursday's forecast. Another wet, gloomy day ahead, and temperatures remaining on the cooler side of things, below seasonal for our daytime highs. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, we are going to see the heaviest being St. John, New Brunswick at around 10 to 20 millimeters, 5 to 10 yet again across Prince Edward Island, and looking at 5 to 10 millimeters for parts of Nova Scotia. For Newfoundland and Labrador, going to remain quite light. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs have cooled down dramatically, ranging from 9 to 21 degrees being the warmest at the Woodstock. We will be seeing some sunny breaks. Showers move in this afternoon with risk of thunderstorms. Wind picking up yet again out of the southwest, 20 gusts to 40. Prince Edward Island, highs between 7 to 12 degrees today. Showers across the island today with wind gusts of 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 6 to 16 degrees. Looking at some shower activity today and wind gusts of 40. For the rest of Nova Scotia, we are going to see some showers, especially for mainland Nova Scotia. For the Tri-County area, looking at sunshine today. Daytime highs will range from 11 to 24 degrees. And then for Labrador City, looking at a chance of showers throughout your day today with a high of 10. 7 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, periods of drizzle throughout your day. So for forecast on Thursday, as you can see here, still dealing with a wet day ahead for all 3 maritime provinces. A cooler day yet again. For Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing the return of some sunshine. But then into our forecast for Friday, we end off the work week with more precipitation. A chance of showers returns for all 3 maritime provinces, and start to see a bit of a wintry mix for parts of Cape Breton Island and parts of Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thanks, Latavia. MP and former climate activist Stephen Guilbeault is saying goodbye to the federal Liberals. After walking away from Prime Minister Mark Carney's cabinet in November, the Montreal area MP confirmed he's not only exiting government, he's leaving politics. CTV's Michael Couture has more.
Prime Minister, Mr. Guilbeault, has he told you about his future, sir?
Prime Minister Mark Carney sidestepped questions about his former minister, who will soon become his former MP. After nearly 7 years on Parliament Hill, Stephen Guilbeault confirmed to CTV News that he is quitting politics. He's expected to make it official at the Liberal caucus meeting on Wednesday.
I really appreciate his work, his advocacy, and I'm fully respectful of his decision.
Now, last year, Guilbeault resigned from cabinet after the federal government inked a memorandum of understanding with Alberta with a plan to build a new pipeline. The further rolling back of Trudeau-era environmental policies was seemingly the breaking point.
I'm a good friend of Stephen.
Industry Minister Melanie Joly says past policies on climate change weren't perfect.
We've seen the good impacts of that policy, but we've seen also the downfalls. And we need to be able to do both. We need to make sure that we bring Albertans on board.
Guilbeault's departure comes as more than a dozen Liberal MPs wrote to the Prime Minister last month expressing concerns over policy changes like the new industrial carbon price in Alberta.
I believe many others are questioning themselves, and they should stand up and leave that party if they do believe the environment is important.
Are you worried about losing a majority over environmental policies and some resignations?
No. The leader of the Green Party worries the Prime Minister has changed.
I don't find that there's anything left, whatever it was that I thought Mark Carney cared about relating to the climate crisis. I no longer find any traces of it in his policies.
Liberal Nate Erskine-Smith is also stepping down, while Jonathan Wilkinson has been appointed as the ambassador to the EU. The three departures will eventually trigger more by-elections, which could affect the Liberals' thin majority.
CTV's Mike Locatour reporting in Ottawa. On the West Coast, Natural Resources Minister Tim Hodgson is scheduled to make an announcement about international energy exports today in Vancouver. Canada and Germany are set to sign a major deal on liquefied natural gas from a facility in BC. European buyers have reportedly been looking to purchase LNG from Canada and ship it through the Panama Canal as part of a long-term strategy to diversify their supply. Canada is imposing tighter border control measures as a new strain of Ebola spreads through the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and South Sudan. CTV's Judy Trin has more on the precautions being put in place.
More than 1,000 suspected Ebola cases have been reported in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The outbreak has already killed more than 230 people. It has spread to neighboring Uganda and is putting South Sudan at risk. Less than 2 weeks before Canada is set to host the World Cup, the federal government is imposing tighter border restrictions to stop the virus from getting in.
The health risk to Canadians from Ebola remains low. We are putting forward a precautionary approach.
Officials say each week about 350 people enter Canada from the affected region, most from airports in Toronto and Montreal. Beginning Saturday, they will face additional screening. People who show symptoms will be sent to hospital for assessment. Others will have to self-isolate for 21 days. The quarantine measures take effect May 30th.
This takes a very, very small risk and makes it even smaller.
Immigration applications from the region will also be suspended. The processing of permanent and temporary resident visas, electronic travel authorizations, study and work permits will all be paused 90 days.
We have many people coming for the FIFA games. Luckily, at this point in time, none of these countries affected our playing in Canada.
Officials say these measures are imperfect but necessary. There is no vaccine for this strain of Ebola, and it's uncertain what's happening on the ground in Central Africa.
CTV's Judy Trin reporting in Ottawa. Finally, some much-needed help is on the way for communities battling wildfires this season.
To lease 10 additional wildfire-fighting aircraft that will support our provinces and our territories in their response, and that will be available beginning this wildfire season.
The 10 aircrafts include air tankers and helicopters. The planes will be stationed across the country based on need. The government is leasing the aircraft, so they're ready to be used immediately, with pilots already in place. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your top business headlines plus your must-see moment from TSN. We'll be right back. Right.
Welcome back. 6:25 on this Wednesday morning. Time now to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello, everyone. Jermaine Franklin in the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For it, let's head to Korea. We've got an outstanding play in the Korean Baseball League. Jonathan Perlaza coming home, avoids the tag, doesn't seem to have a pathway back to the plate until he makes some Matrix-style moves to stick his hand in. The catcher appeared to have Perlaza in a pickle several times, but the shifty runner gets in safely. They had to review this one, but obviously no evidence of a tag being applied, so Perlaza's improv earns him the must-see moment. And right now on TSN, our Roland Garros coverage continues. Novak Djokovic is playing early in the day, while Alexander Zverev will be in action later. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Now we'll take a look at your business headlines from our colleagues over at BNN.
Equifax puts total consumer debt at about $2.7 trillion. That's up almost 4% from last year. Insolvencies are up almost 19% in the first quarter of the year compared to the same quarter in 2025. They are at a level not seen since 2009. But there are some positive trends. Fewer new credit cards are being printed, a sign consumers are spending less and saving more. And the number of Canadians missing at least one credit payment is stable at 1 in every 21 consumers. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.40. West Texas Intermediate down to 93.89. Western Canadian Select is unchanged at 78.22. And the TSX lost 177 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, holding on to some heat in New Brunswick at 22 degrees today. Seeing showers early in the morning clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, but showers return into the late afternoon. 12 degrees on Thursday with isolated showers, and a chance of showers continues on Friday with a high of 15. For Nova Scotia, 14 degrees today. Scattered showers will clear, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. 11 degrees on Thursday with showers across the province. 12 on Friday. More wet weather ahead. For Prince Edward Island, 9 degrees today with showers across the island. 7 degrees on Thursday with rain. Scattered showers return on Friday. A high yet again of 7.
Coming up this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. Today we want to know, what's the last thing you won a trophy for? Our answers are just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
I mean, we don't like to brag about the Oscars, right? Tonys or Grammys.
Yeah, the Emmys.
Got the Emmys, yeah. Exactly. It is 6:31 on your Wednesday morning, May 27th. Amanda, Crystal, and Latavia with you, and we're so happy that you can join us. And hopefully you enjoyed the warm temperatures that we had yesterday, because it was simply gorgeous. I was around downtown Dartmouth, was near Sullivan's Pond, of course, famous for the geese, and now very famous for the 7 goslings that are there, which are adorable. Anytime I go by there, anytime since they've been born, it is packed with people.
Oh, yeah.
Taking
super cute.
photos, people with really nice cameras trying to get an image, people with little kids, all ages. It's just really attracting a lot of people.
It's fun. It's fun, fun, fun. And they always say, the joke is, it's weather only a duck would love. I know they're talking about geese, but same.
Oh, same,
sort of thing. Same.
Yeah.
And I guess they're getting their wish. Be careful what you wish for, ducks and geese.
Absolutely. We're seeing a drastic change in the forecast. So even in the prairies, heat warnings, right?
Really
like they're under like 30-degree weather. Yeah, and we are cooling back down into today's forecast and for the remainder of the work week. Here's a live look at Charlottetown. Roads are wet. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. We saw showers early this morning. A cloudy day ahead. We are going to see showers continue across the island throughout the day today. As of right now, it is 7 degrees in Charlottetown, with 6 in Halifax, 4 in Sydney, 8 degrees in Fredericton, and 3 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at that low-pressure system tracking across the region, bringing showers to parts of Atlantic Canada. We'll still see some sunny breaks, but for the most part, this wet weather is expected to continue. And in terms of the wind forecast, it's going to be another breezy day ahead. As of right now, sustained winds 65 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang, 35 in Halifax with 30 into North Cape, 26 in Lunenburg. Wind gusts getting up to 89 right now in Grand Etang with 46 kilometers per hour in Halifax and 31 in Charlottetown. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Another long-term care home is joining the 6-week-old strike in Nova Scotia. CUPE says workers at Glenhaven Manor in New Glasgow are expected to strike today. It will be the 36th home to see its workers take job action. That will bring the total number of striking workers to about 3,600. At last report, no talks were ongoing or planned. In Fredericton, legislation was tabled Tuesday to create a consumer advocate for power in New Brunswick. The energy minister sees it as a voice for small business and consumers, but critics are not convinced it will do anything to make electricity more affordable.
I don't think it's going to be a good or a bad. I think it's just going to be one of these neutral things. But people in New Brunswick don't want neutral. They say, what are you doing to stabilize rates? What are you doing to lower rates? That's the real question, and this government is failing on that.
To be honest, NB Power does deal with a lot of it, but I think at this point we need to build that other avenue, because sometimes they don't answer. We still get emails that I didn't get my answer. I want more.
Renee Legacy is referring to consumer complaints about the utility. If the bill goes through, the new Consumer Advocate's Office could be up and running by next April. A final farewell to Robert K. Irving was held, who died of cancer last week. The co-CEO of JD Irving Limited has been widely praised by individuals, organizations, and even governments. Tuesday's funeral service was well attended and in some ways as unique as the man himself. A trumpet medley of Songs of Hope were part of the program at the Saunders Irving Chapel at Kingswood University. The event was closed to reporters but live streamed on YouTube. Fiercely proud of his maritime roots, the proceedings included a poem written by Irving's mother and read by his sister.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful New Brunswick. Of forest mountains green, with lakes and winding rivers, to gentle flowing streams.
My mother gave us a great foundation for life, and Rob, of course, and the rest of us, great foundation for life and in the church and her faith. And, well-documented fact, she was Rob's biggest Wildcat supporter in the family, no doubt about it.
Among his many achievements, Irving founded the Moncton Wildcats and rarely missed a game. The very public goodbye comes ahead of a private family burial. Robert will be laid to rest with his parents at the family chapel in Bouctouche. A mental health clinic in Halifax will continue to train professionals and serve low-income Nova Scotians, securing a future that was in doubt. Since it opened in 2023, the Dalhousie Centre for Psychological Health has helped more than 500 people access mental health care. Part of the Houston government's Action for Health plan is to introduce universal addictions and mental health coverage. The minister said Tuesday's announcement and the $6.2 million for the Mental Health and Addictions Clinic is part of that commitment.
We know some of the most vulnerable Nova Scotians are using this clinic for really high quality care, getting that from highly trained clinicians.
Everyone that comes to the door is low income, and so by definition they don't have enough insurance, or they don't have any insurance to cover these kind of services in private practice. So the other options would be the public system.
Referrals to the center come from the more than 30 community partner agencies they work with across the city of Halifax. Finally, while some luxury car makers are scaling back their EV plans, Ferrari is pushing ahead. Take a look at this. It presented its first fully electric car this week. The Luce, Italian for light, is Ferrari's first 5-seater aimed at families with deep pockets, very deep pockets. It's priced at 550,000 euros. And to do the conversion for you, that's more than 880,000 Canadian.
Oh my chump change.
Yeah, deliveries are set to begin in the 4th quarter of this year. Ferrari says the car has a range of over 500 kilometers. It looks cool. It looks nice.
I don't even know if I like the look of it.
Honestly,
no?
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
These prices of these things nowadays.
Luxury
like 2
item.
people, 3 people, maybe 10 people in the world can have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
practical
fancy.
as heck.
Luce. I don't speak Italian, but when I was looking up what it's called, it's spelled L-U-C-E, and I bet you it's not pronounced loose. So I'm going to look it up.
Luce.
Yeah, Luce.
Well, I wouldn't mind a trip to Italy. That seems a little more reasonable.
Yeah, a little bit more affordable.
Affordable if you win our contest. You can use a bit of it for a lovely trip. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We can pay for a trip or bills with a massive $20,000. You imagine what you could do with the extra 20 grand. To enter, head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code you'll see in just a second. Enter today's code word. It is riches. Oh, yes. Enter that, and you'll be entered to win today. And so today's Wednesday, so we get today, tomorrow, and Friday. Those are your last 3 chances to win the contest, so don't miss out.
Very exciting.
Good luck to you. And still ahead, we'll have your entertainment headlines. I wonder if we'll have some Oscar winners in there. A lot of people who have their own trophies. That is the focus of the Move Morning Chat, which is coming up next. We want to know, what's the last time you won a trophy? Big or small, we want to know. That conversation's right after the weather.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:42 on your Wednesday morning. Taking a live look at a cloudy start to the day over in Peggy's Cove. 6 degrees as of right now, so it is much cooler starting off your day. And we are expecting a chance of some scattered showers in your area. 6 degrees as well in Halifax, with 7 degrees in Charlottetown, 8 starting off your day in Fredericton, 4 degrees in Labrador City, and 1 degree in Gander. Over to our forecast timeline. We do have a bit of sunshine in the forecast for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Into the southern region of Nova Scotia, waking up to sunshine as well. But for much of Atlantic Canada, we are going to see precipitation tracking across the region. A chance of showers early this morning. We'll start to see some sunny breaks as this precipitation breaks down a bit in parts of New Brunswick as well as into the Tri-County area. But for the remainder of the Maritime region, looking at a chance of showers this afternoon into this evening. Newfoundland and Labrador is going to deal with some wet weather as well as we head towards early Thursday morning. We are expecting another wet and cooler day ahead. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, for the heaviest for New Brunswick, looking at 10 to 20 millimeters of additional precipitation for St. John, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, and 5 to 10 millimeters as well for parts of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland and Labrador not really seeing much accumulation from this system. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Seeing a sunshine starting off your day, a mix of sun and cloud. We do have showers this afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms as well for central New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 9 to 21 degrees and wind gusts still remaining at 40 kilometers per hour. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between 7 to 12. Showers expected on and off throughout your day today with wind gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 6 to 16 degrees. Showers expected today as well with wind gusts of 40 kilometers per hour. And then the rest of Nova Scotia, we are going to see shower activity for mainland Nova Scotia, but for the Tri-County area, looking at a mix of sun and cloud. We'll be seeing some sunny breaks for mainland Nova Scotia this afternoon as well, with daytime highs between 11 to 24 degrees being the warmest into Shelburne. Over to Labrador City, 10 degrees today with scattered showers, 7 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at periods of drizzle throughout your day. Thursday's forecast, another wet day ahead. Cooler daytime highs, below seasonal yet again. We do have some sunshine for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. But other than that, we are going to see that wet weather continuing in the forecast for Friday to end off the work week. We are going to see a cloudier day ahead as well for much of the Maritime region. Showers for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. A bit of a wintry mix for parts of Cape Breton Island and into parts of Newfoundland. And that will continue into the weekend, starting to clear out, leaving sunshine yet again. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat.
Time for the Move Morning Chat with our friends Aaron and Peter from Move Mornings in Halifax. Feeling a little bit athletic this morning, accomplished, maybe like a winner. So today's Move Morning Chat, we're asking, what is the last trophy that you remember winning? Peter, what's the last time you got to see a trophy?
Well, the last time I got to see a trophy was just this past weekend when the World Cup trophy came to Halifax, and I'm a big soccer fan, so I got up early on Saturday morning, drove myself down there because I wanted a picture with this trophy. Might be the most famous trophy in the world, most famous sports trophy. But that got us into a conversation here about the last trophy that we had ever won. And I can't wait for you to hear about Aaron's trophy. But in the meantime, I still have a trophy that I don't want to display, but my wife won't let me put it away somewhere. It came from 2007 when Canadian Idol was a big deal on television.
Yes.
And I was involved in something called Media Idol, where they brought people to Toronto to sing in front of the judges, and Ben Mulrooney doing all the hosting and all of that sort of thing. And I won that darn thing. So I was teasing Aaron that my trophy, I was presented on national television on the finale of that season's Canadian Idol. So that was my trophy.
We're in the presence of royalty.
Right, apparently. Wow.
No, that's awesome, Peter.
Well, it was fun. It was fun. It really was. Aaron, how about you?
Oh, and mine is so very serious and so amazing, just like Peter's. My last trophy was awarded to me for a gays and girls beer Olympics tournament.
Aaron.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie. That's what it was. I'm a true athlete. We had a bunch of activities like a slip and slide, and we played a bunch of games. Honestly, it was a really good day, but I won it, and I won a trophy. So if I'm being honest, that is the last trophy.
Yeah, she's very competitive. Let me just say that.
That's epic. I love that story.
Yeah. I believe it. What was the last award you won? Do you remember?
For me, it would have been 2023. I won the Alumni Distinction Award at my school for 2022.
Yes.
So that was really cool.
Right.
I don't think before that I've ever really won many awards. So
you,
awesome.
Because I think I remember that because you accepted that award while you were working here, right?
Yes, and I couldn't go to the ceremony in Toronto. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm trying to think. I think it's been a little while. I've certainly won broadcasting awards, but it was more of a team effort. It wasn't just
so
me.
Cool.
It was for our teamwork behind the scenes, in front of the camera, for different newscasts. Some through school, but I honestly, I really can't pinpoint. I think I'm more of a participation medal kind of gal.
We got to get you a trophy.
Field day. Grade 6.
We'll have a media field day. Yeah, that sounds good for this summer. I like that. Yeah. I'm going to watch out for Aaron, though.
I know, right? I want to be on her team.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to pose this question to our viewers. Now we want to know, what was the last trophy that you remember winning? Text us at 10400. We will share all those answers later in the show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. We're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
I hear you about the Edwards Ranch. It's the Dutton Ranch now.
Another Yellowstone spinoff strikes gold. The first 2 episodes of Taylor Sheridan's Dutton Ranch have nearly 13 million views within the first 7 days of release. That's a new record. Streaming launch for Paramount Plus.
And it feels like medication, and it's good
Olivia Rodrigo has dropped the track list for her upcoming third studio album. The Grammy-winning singer posted a photo of the tracks on her Instagram. Her new album, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, is set to be released on June 12th. BTS is teaming up with Oreo for limited edition cookies. They'll have purple wafers and a cream center. They'll taste like hot dog, a brown sugar stuffed Korean pancake. And happy birthday to rapper Andre 3000 of Outkast, who turns 51 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News.
They say one person's trash is another person's treasure, and the next story proves it.
You'll never guess what's possible with an old lawn tractor and a lot of imagination. CTV's Adam Sawatsky has the story.
While this old lawn tractor likely appreciates this father and son's efforts, nothing could compare to the feeling of getting a new name.
It's a Case 117 tractor, and so it's Casey. It's simple as that.
Although his previous owner called him past his prime, Casey couldn't wait to show Adam that he could still mow like a tractor half his age.
It just was barely hanging on there. It started cutting the grass, and then it died about halfway into the boulevards.
So Adam did all he could to fix Casey.
I started taking it apart, and it didn't go back together again.
So Casey just sat, useless, watching the years go by, until he heard kids like Ivor.
It's over on this side.
And like the hum of mowing lawns herald the start of spring, to Casey, laughing children sounded like new possibilities.
How was that?
Good.
Of course, slides and swings are good, this 5-year-old will tell you. But when you happen upon a tractor, that's even better than great.
So cool.
Especially when there's a sign that says, "Hello, my name is Casey. Let's go for a ride." Ivor, like countless other kids in the neighborhood, always accepts the invitation.
I'll start the motor.
And Adam regularly makes new signs to inspire their imagination.
Don't go over 100 clicks, Casey's getting old, or please bring back Casey with a full tank of gas.
It's also to let other parents know it's okay for their kids to take Casey on an adventure.
It works, if you believe it works.
And if you believe a couple tweaks can transform this tractor into a rocket ship or race car or a surfboard that can catch the world's biggest waves before you wipe out with a twist, Casey will make it work.
You name it, it fits the bill.
And just because you have to stop doing something you love, Casey shows us, doesn't mean you can't start doing another thing that turns out to be even better.
Maybe it doesn't do what it was designed to do originally, but it's got a great new life now.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, starting off in New Brunswick. A chance of showers early this morning will clear, leaving sunshine, but a chance of showers returns into the afternoon. Still above seasonal at 22 degrees today. Then cooling down below seasonal on Thursday with 12 degrees. We do have some isolated showers still tracking across the province. On Friday, wet weather ends off the work week, warming back up just a bit to 15, still remaining below seasonal. For Nova Scotia, below seasonal daytime high of 14 today. We do have some scattered showers starting off the day. Will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 11 degrees on Thursday. Showers continue across the province, and wet weather continues on Friday with a chance of isolated showers and a high of 12. For Prince Edward Island, cool today with showers and a high of 9. Cooling down further to 7 on Thursday. Steady rain across the island, and scattered showers return on Friday. Yet again, a high of 7.
It's Wednesday, May 27th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, long-term care workers from a 36 home in Nova Scotia join the labor action. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the Ronald McDonald House Charities Walk for Kids. The annual event is coming up, and we'll get all the details on how it supports a great cause in a fun way. Those stories and so much more coming up on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7 o'clock. We are officially midweek.
Yay!
Officially midweek. Hump day.
Hump day.
Oh, I used to love those commercials with the camel on hump day. What a good time.
I know. I don't even remember what they were advertising, but I remember the camel.
I know. So good. Oh, my gosh. I'm excited to do the chat with Ronald McDonald House. What a great place it is.
I know.
I was really taken by the kitchen area. First of all, it's beautiful, but they have volunteer groups come in. I'll shout out Halifax Grammar School, for example. The kids fundraise, and then volunteers go in and actually make a meal. So their day, I think it's Wednesdays, they make the meal, and then the meal's there. So anyone coming and going can either have it hot when it's ready, or they'll have it in the fridge, and you can heat it up and eat it as you like. Like, imagine taking that burden off people.
Right? Already dealing with a lot,
Exactly.
And it's hard to believe that building itself, we'll still call it brand new because it's only been around for just over a year now.
Yeah, I know.
We just celebrated. Yeah, anyway, if you haven't seen it, you're going to want to tune in because it's a very beautiful place, but doing great things.
And if you happen to be there and you see a volunteer named Dave, that's my father-in-law, and he's lovely. He volunteers there with his best friend Sink, and he really enjoys. He's been volunteering with the Ronald McDonald House for quite a few years.
Wow. I can see why that would be rewarding. So grateful for any place for nice shelter today, warm, cozy shelter, because the weather's taken a turn that I did not see coming.
Yeah, it's definitely cooling back down. We had a one-day-only event where temperatures were above seasonal, lots of sunshine. We will be seeing the return of sunshine for parts of the region, but we are dealing with this low pressure system bringing some wet weather our way. A chance of showers early this morning across much of Atlantic Canada. Will clear out, leaving some sunny breaks into the afternoon before returning. 8 degrees right now over in Fredericton, with 7 in Charlottetown, 6 degrees in Halifax, 10 starting off your day in Yarmouth, -1 in Cartwright, and 2 degrees over in Corner Brook. Here's a look at that system. We are going to see some sunshine for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Also, a chance of some shower activity. And for the Maritime region, that wet weather on and off throughout the day today. In terms of the wind forecast, it is going to be another breezy day for all 3 Maritime provinces. As of right now, it is 30 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 65 in Grand Etang, 28 in Halifax with 26 in Lunenburg. Wind gusts getting up to 89 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang, 43 in Halifax, and 31 in Charlottetown. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Another long-term care home is joining the 6-week-old strike in Nova Scotia. CUPE says workers at Glenhaven Manor in New Glasgow are expected to strike today. It will be the 36th home to see its workers take job action. That will bring the total number of striking workers to about 3,600. At last report, no talks were ongoing or planned. A man accused of sexually assaulting over a dozen people at a St. John's seniors home made his first court appearance Tuesday morning. 69-year-old Kevin McGrath is facing 14 counts of sexual assault related to incidents in December and January at Loch Lomond Villa. The courtroom was full, but victims' families and Loch Lomond CEO declined to speak with reporters. Police had previously told CTV News the accused was a family member of a resident at the nursing home. He will be back in court in late June. 2 15-year-old hockey players charged in Nova Scotia with sexual assault after an alleged hazing incident have pleaded not guilty. One youth appeared in Truro court. The other was represented by their lawyer. The crimes are alleged to have taken place in the fall. Police have said there are 3 victims. The accused, who were all 14 at the time of the alleged offenses, were charged in February. They're due back in court at the end of June to start a trial date. Firefighters in North Sydney saved a service dog from a burning home.
Oh, what a sin!
Firefighters first used a ladder to try and reach the dog, who was trapped on the top floor, while crews below considered casting a net for the animal to jump onto. The 70-pound dog was ultimately brought down the stairs to safety by a firefighter from inside.
He was a service animal who was a very important animal to the person that owned him, and that alone is worth it.
He knows he saved him. Look at him. Oh, my God.
Fire crews were called to the blaze around 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. A woman inside the home got out safely. A firefighter was injured at the scene, and a cat did die. How the fire started is still under investigation. Academics and community leaders have come together this week to focus on gender-based violence in the workplace. From online harassment to in-person attacks, women, especially in public-facing jobs like politics, face an increased rate of hostility on the job. And as CTV's Emma Convey tells us, the conference aims to start conversations and break down barriers.
Connecting for Action, a free 2-day conference at Mount St. Vincent University, focuses on gender-based violence in leadership.
Gender-based violence is an epidemic in the province, and we know it's a really difficult scenario for women and gender diverse and equity-seeking groups across the country, and we're trying to continue to find ways to change that.
As a former politician, Mary Rita Holland has experienced this firsthand. Public interaction of the job could be difficult to navigate. She's grateful for a team that supported her, but still.
The parts that were the hardest to tolerate were the things that happened from colleagues or sort of in committee meetings, and the comments about my gender, the comments about the ways that women are sort of used in those roles to take on certain areas, certain policy areas. So, for example, anything to do with childcare or anything to do with what would be considered a woman's issue was something that came to me.
The harm became too much online, and she eventually removed herself from social media. She's not alone. Tracy Rainey, who spoke at today's conference, says politicians and councillors are leaving due to hostility.
What we really want to look at is where are the gaps, where are the loopholes in these policies, and how can they be improved to really adequately address the harassment, the intimidation, the violence that a lot of politicians are facing.
1 in 3 women and gender diverse people are affected by gender-based violence, and that creates ripples that last generations. And so it really affects us all, and I think everybody has something to learn.
Emma Convey, CTV News.
Thank you, Emma. And if you missed it, Crystal had a conversation with Mary from MSVU on the show yesterday. That interview is up on our website as well.
Yeah, great conversation. And I hope we have more conversations because it's an important topic to shed light on. All right, 7:08. Guess what? It's contest time. This is the thing. If you probably know well about this contest because you've been talking about it now for several weeks, but it's winding down. 3 more chances to win, and this is today's word. So wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. So how do you win the money? Well, you go to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code you'll see in a second. It takes you right there. Enter today's code word. So today's word is riches. If you want to win the riches, enter today. You got the 1 chance to win today and then 2 more chances tomorrow and Friday. Then the next big announcement is who's winning the money. I hope that it's you. Good luck.
Oh, good luck to you. All right, coming up, we will have your latest look at your national news headlines, but Latavia's got the cool forecast, and it's not like cool like it's
like literally
neat.
Cool day.
Like
although this looks pretty.
A little fresh out there. Yeah, if you're going for a walk along the beach on White Point, you may want to have some extra layers, that's for sure. The forecast is coming up right after this.
Happy Wednesday. The time now is 7:12. We're taking a live look at a wet, cloudy, and foggy start to the day over in St. John's, Newfoundland. 3 degrees early this morning. Fog will slowly dissipate into the afternoon, and we are going to see a little bit of wet weather throughout your day today. Periods of drizzle expected. Over to our current temperatures. It is a cool start to the day, cooler than yesterday. As of right now, 6 degrees in Halifax with 7 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 10 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick with 5 degrees in Labrador City. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are going to see a bit of sunshine for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador today, but we do have some shower activity starting off your day as well for both provinces. Periods of drizzle for parts of Newfoundland, a bit of shower activity, a chance of showers, I should say, in parts of Labrador, and then into the Maritime region, looking at a chance of showers early this morning. Sunshine will remain for the western region of Nova Scotia. Into the afternoon, seeing a bit of sunshine for parts of New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, but also holding on to a chance of showers. That takes us into tonight. A chance of showers will continue with that wet weather early into Thursday morning. A wet day ahead yet again, and temperatures remaining below seasonal for our daytime highs. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we are going to see accumulation from the system as well. Heaviest being for New Brunswick at around 10 to 20 millimeters for St. John, 5 to 10 millimeters across Prince Edward Island and parts of Nova Scotia, and going to remain quite light for Newfoundland and Labrador. For our forecast today, still seeing some above seasonal daytime highs for New Brunswick, ranging from 9 to 21 degrees in Woodstock. A mix of sun and cloud today, a chance of showers into the afternoon, a wind gust getting up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 7 to 12, showers expected throughout your day today. And for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also seeing wet weather, showers throughout the day with highs between 6 to 16 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, we are going to see a bit of a shift here. For the Tri-County area, sunshine throughout your day. For mainland Nova Scotia, looking at showers early on, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, but showers will return into the late afternoon and evening. Daytime highs will range from 11 to 23 degrees. For Labrador City, looking at a chance of showers throughout your day today with a high of 10. 7 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, periods of drizzle throughout yours. Thursday's forecast, seeing a bit of that cloud coverage breakdown for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing some sunshine, but for the maritime region, still dealing with some shower activity for all three maritime provinces. Into Thursday night, temperatures will cool down yet again, be a little bit cold as well. So it is going to continue to be cold into Friday morning to end off the work week. A cloudier day ahead. It's still holding on to shower activity, especially across parts of Prince Edward Island into Nova Scotia. And then for Cape Breton Island, we do have a bit of a wintry mix, looking at showers and or flurries, and that goes for Newfoundland as well, seeing a bit of a wintry mix there. For our forecast into Saturday, sunshine will return, and we will be seeing a bit of a warm-up as well. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is the Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. The province of New Brunswick is currently open to campfires and Category 1 burning. For the province of Nova Scotia, campfires are currently permitted between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. And for Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently permitted with domestic brush burning allowed between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. Remember to keep campfires small and under control and never leave a fire unattended.
Thank you, Kaylin. A look at national news now. Starting Saturday, travelers who've been to Ebola-affected regions will have to self-isolate for 21 days. That's according to the federal government.
While the health risk to Canadians from Ebola remains low, we are putting forward a precautionary approach to ensure the safety and security of Canadians.
Travelers from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and South Sudan will need to undergo a health assessment when they arrive in Canada. They will also need to provide details on how they will isolate. Those with symptoms will be taken to hospital. The government is also suspending immigration documents and applications from the affected countries. Staying in Ottawa, MP and former climate activist Stephen Guilbeault is saying goodbye to the federal Liberals. After walking away from Prime Minister Mark Carney's cabinet in November, the Montreal area MP confirmed he is not only exiting government, he is leaving politics. CTV's Mike Couture has more.
Prime Minister, Mr. Guilbeault, has he told you about his future, sir?
Prime Minister Mark Carney sidestepped questions about his former minister, who will soon become his former MP. After nearly 7 years on Parliament Hill, Stephen Guilbeault confirmed to CTV News that he is quitting politics. He's expected to make it official at the Liberal caucus meeting on Wednesday.
I really appreciate his work, his advocacy, and I'm fully respectful of his decision.
Now, last year, Guilbeault resigned from cabinet after the federal government inked a memorandum of understanding with Alberta with a plan to build a new pipeline. The further rolling back of Trudeau-era environmental policies was seemingly the breaking point.
I'm a good friend of Stephen.
Industry Minister Melanie Joly says past policies on climate change weren't perfect.
We've seen the good impacts of that policy, but we've seen also the downfalls. And we need to be able to do both. We need to make sure that we bring Albertans on board.
Guilbeault's departure comes as more than a dozen Liberal MPs wrote to the Prime Minister last month, expressing concerns over policy changes like the new industrial carbon price in Alberta.
I believe many others are questioning themselves, and they should stand up and leave that party if they do believe the environment is important.
Are you worried about losing a majority over environmental policies and some resignations?
No.
The leader of the Green Party worries the Prime Minister has changed.
I don't find that there's anything left, whatever it was that I thought Mark Carney cared about relating to the climate crisis. I no longer find any traces of it in his policies.
Liberal Nate Erskine-Smith is also stepping down, while Jonathan Wilkinson has been appointed as the ambassador to the EU. The three departures will eventually trigger more by-elections, which could affect the Liberals' thin majority.
CTV's Mike Licador reporting in Ottawa. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will join Crystal at the Ronald McDonald House and get details on an upcoming fundraiser and walk. That's coming up after this.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
We are in Halifax at Ronald McDonald House. I'm joined by CEO Jennifer Punch. And Jennifer, nice to see you in this great space. I haven't personally been in. It's glorious in here.
Welcome, Crystal, to our new home here in Halifax, serving families from all across the Maritimes.
It's very special. Like, you've just celebrated 1-year anniversary for this space, which has literally doubled the capacity for Ronald McDonald House Maritimes to support families in our region. That must be very exciting.
It is. We have a long history of supporting families here in Halifax, but supporting families from all across the Maritimes, previously in our previous house on Tower Road. But this new facility enables us to double our capacity, serving more families with more room to love.
Fantastic. We're here to talk about the walk, which as a volunteer, you started this walk some years ago.
I was part of a team that started this walk 10 years ago. Is our 10th anniversary. So I've been passionate about this organization for a long time. Our Walk for Kids is coming up in a couple of weeks. So June 13th in Sydney and June 14th in 4 other cities: Halifax, Charlottetown, St. John, and Moncton.
Fantastic. It's a great event. It's really geared for the entire community, but littles, as you say,
it is.
They can really let themselves shine at this event.
It's true. There's not much for the littles in terms of a big event, and this very much is for the whole family, including those little ones. There will be fun activities for the kids: the bouncy castles, the barbecue, the pancake breakfast, lots of activities including the teddy bear picnic, and everybody takes home a stuffy just to thanks for their support of maritime families.
Oh my gosh, I have, embarrassed to say, I have not been to the Walk for Kids before. This is the year I'm going to go. It sounds like a lot of fun because it is for the littles, but everyone, even the young at heart, I mean, it's so fun to be part of something bigger and making a difference in the community. That's how I'd like to go anyway.
It's true, and so many families talk about their experiences here at Ronald McDonald House, but even if you haven't experienced it firsthand, you can imagine what it would be like to have your kid in care at the IWK, whether they're sick or injured, and what it would be like to be away from your home and comforted in a place like Ronald McDonald House. So I know families will connect with the cause and with the event coming up in a few weeks.
All right, we'll give you the particulars in a second, but I just want to mention that a lot of people staying at this particular place right now don't live exactly in Halifax. They're from all over the Maritimes, right?
Correct. In fact, we're serving more New Brunswick folks than we are Nova Scotia, but truly a maritime-wide organization. Our new house here has enabled us in the past year to serve over 2,000 families with 11,000 nights, 12,000 meals served, and alleviating about a $6.3 million financial burden for those families. So it's significant. And the Walk for Kids is just a small way that folks can come out and support that great cause.
Okay, so it's easy to support. So simply, I guess if you're at home right now thinking that does sound great, and there's a walk in my community on the 13th or the 14th, how do you get involved?
Yeah, so you can register for free as an individual, as a team, as a workplace. And so you're looking up your location, whether it be Halifax, Charlottetown, St. John, Moncton. You're registering, and then you're doing a bit of fundraising, and then you're coming out on June 13th or 14th to help us celebrate in a fun way.
Okay, so much fun. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations on the role, and congratulations on this beautiful space.
Yeah, thank you. And I would just encourage your viewers to visit rmhwalk.ca to register.
All right, well, we'll put that website on ours to make it even easier for people. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Thanks for visiting our home, Crystal.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, 22 degrees today for New Brunswick. A mix of sun and cloud with showers returning, a risk of thunderstorms 12 degrees on Thursday, isolated showers expected, and a chance of showers continues to end off the work week on Friday, warming up just a bit to 15. For Nova Scotia, below seasonal high today of 14 degrees. Scattered showers will clear, leaving some sunshine into the afternoon. 11 degrees on Thursday. Showers continue across the province, and 12 degrees on Friday. For Prince Edward Island, 9 degrees today with showers across the island. 7 on Thursday with rain. Scattered showers return on Friday to end off the work week with a high yet again of 7.
Coming up in this half hour, the run to end endo. Endometriosis affects 2 million Canadians. We'll find out more about a family-friendly awareness event that's happening in our region this weekend. That's coming up in about 15 minutes on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Come on in, join us. We're halfway through the show, halfway through the week. So congrats to you. You've already made it there. You're halfway there, and as our friends Bon Jovi, friends of the show Bon Jovi would say.
Oh,
we love having John and the boys in the studio. Actually, never been here as far as I know. But in any case, I always love when visitors come to have a bit of sunshine for them. And today the visitors will not be getting that. Like cruise ships that come into the harbor today, they better have brought their coat.
Yeah.
Rain and otherwise.
I know. We are going to see a bit of sunshine here and there across parts of the region.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But for the most part, we are dealing with a chance of showers on and off throughout the day today.
Yeah.
So definitely something to keep in mind. And we are feeling that coolness in the air as temperatures have really come down. Here's a live look at Ingonish. As you can see, it's cloudy, a bit foggy starting off your day. Also wet, so just keep this in mind when you are heading out early this morning. Don't forget your rain gear and allot some extra time out on roads because we are seeing that wet weather across much of the region. As of right now, it is 6 degrees in Halifax with 7 in Charlottetown, 9 degrees over in Moncton with 5 degrees in Labrador City and 2 degrees over in Gander. Here's a look at your satellite and radar. As you can see here, this system is bringing a chance of showers early this morning to parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Seeing a bit of sunshine as well, starting off the day for the southern region of Nova Scotia, parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. We will be seeing some sunny breaks for the maritime region into the afternoon, but showers will return. In terms of the wind forecast, it's going to be another breezy day ahead for the Maritimes. As of right now, 31 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 26 in Halifax, 24 in Charlottetown, with 22 in Lunenburg and Canso. Wind gusts getting up to 46 right now in Grand Etang, 41 kilometers per hour in Halifax, and 31 in Canso. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Another long-term care home is joining the 6-week-old strike in Nova Scotia. CUPE says workers at Glenhaven Manor in New Glasgow are expected to hit the picket line today. It will be the 36th home to see its workers take job action. That will bring the total number of striking workers to about 3,600. At last report, no talks were ongoing or planned. There are high hopes and higher expectations for St. John's new city council, which will be sworn in on Monday. Both new and veteran councillors acknowledge there's a long list of issues to deal with, but it seems public safety is the most pressing. Eric Savoy was elected as a first-time councillor in Ward 3, where the bulk of the concerns reside. He says the best way to help residents feel safe is by keeping them informed.
Public deserves to know what the plan is and understand how we're working together, how we're making progress, and importantly, where there's barriers, what are we going to do to bring down those barriers?
Savoy says public safety was the top concern he heard during the campaign. The city has made efforts to improve the sense of safety with its Housing for All strategy and new community safety services team. It didn't take long for Halifax councillors to shoot down a proposal to make weekday ferry service free next month.
I didn't bring this on a whim. We're 5 months into 50% of this service being unavailable.
Dartmouth councillor Sam Austin pitched the idea as the city continues to deal with delayed and cancelled ferry runs. 15-minute runs were finally restored last week after months of half-hour service. But another significant repair killed that again.
Having 15-minute service was a luxury. In the past, we've always had 30-minute service. So I don't know why we're not saying 30-minute service is still good service.
If a strategic investment in a sixth ferry is something we need to do now, there's that question, you know, like where is our ferry service heading?
Austin's motion, which would have cost about $175,000, was defeated at the council table. In Fredericton, legislation was tabled Tuesday to create a consumer advocate for power in New Brunswick. The energy minister sees it as a voice for small businesses and consumers, but critics are not convinced it will do anything to make electricity more affordable.
I don't think it's going to be a good or a bad. I think it's just going to be one of these neutral things. But people in New Brunswick don't want neutral. They say, what are you doing to stabilize rates? What are you doing to lower rates? That's the real question, and this government is failing on that.
To be honest, NB Power does deal with a lot of it, but I think at this point we need to build that other avenue, because sometimes they don't answer. We still get emails that I didn't get my answer. I want more.
Legacy is referring to consumer complaints about the utility. If the bill goes through, the new Consumer Advocate's Office could be up and running by next April. Well, this next story is giving you permission to have second breakfast. A Dartmouth homeowner has turned her front lawn into a neighborhood attraction. And as CTV's Paul DeWitt shows us, she used her big imagination to build a tiny hobbit home.
Look over here. Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm a mother of 3 from Dartmouth, and this is my garden. I've lived here for 8 years, and gardening is one of my favorite things. When we moved in here, there was very little flowers or shrubs or anything, but there was the cedar bush on the corner, and that was one of the only things on the property, which I've been told by my neighbor has been here since the 70s, so it's a very old bush. This past year, the snowplow kind of did a bit of damage to it. The city was really good about it. The snowplow company was great about it. They offered to help fix it, but how do you fix a bush? So we were like, okay, what can we do creatively to make this look good while still keeping, you know, half of the bush still intact? Because my kids do play in it. So we were looking at it, and the shape of how the plow kind of pushed it in, like caved it in, looked like where like a hobbit house or a hobbit door would be. So we were like, oh, let's make a little hobbit door. The kids play in the bush anyway. Let's make a little fort out of it. The neighborhood just seems to love it. We get people taking pictures in there with their like kids and pets. A lot of people have come up to me and said how much they like it. And they knew about the damage from the plow, so I think they knew why we did it too.
We love it. My daughter and I are big fans, huge fans of the whimsy.
I had a lot of fun making it, and the kids love it so much that I wish I had actually more property so I can make more of them.
I love that.
That's fun.
Yes. Isn't that fun? And also just like making lemonade out of lemons, right? This accident happened. I love that she received an apology and offer for help. And she's like, well, okay, well, what can I do with it?
I know.
And to make a little hobbit home that's just bringing this joy and whimsy to her kids and to the neighbors. Please make more.
Honestly, our director is a super fan of Lord of the Rings, and she just even said she's obsessed.
Oh, wait, she says fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
That is our long-going thing. I love Lord of the Rings. Vicky it's not her favorite.
Yeah, nor me. Snore of the Rings is what I like to call it. But I do enjoy that creative, super awesome mom. I love that. Yeah, I know. No, my gosh, no. Gosh, no. Anyway, you know what I do love, and I think we can all agree on this? An adorable baby animal.
Okay.
So there are more than 30 Siberian tiger cubs that have been born at a special park in northeastern China. This all happened since the beginning of April, and it's just a really good thing to be endangered species. Oh, I know. They're just little. They're just little. So let's take a look at these cuties. The keepers working at the Siberian Tiger Park give the little ones round-the-clock care. They are constantly monitoring their body temperature and also hand feeding them every 4 to 6 hours. Siberian tigers are listed as one of the world's top 10 most endangered animals. So the work they're doing in this park is really critically important.
Honestly, if they stayed that tiny, adorable.
Right.
Adorable. Yeah, top 10 cutest too.
Beautiful big cats.
So cute. Yeah.
So cute.
They're going to get so big and strong though, hopefully. Yeah.
Oh, they are so sweet. Okay, we love that. Well, if there was a trophy for cutest animal, I mean, I think we could give it to them.
Maybe not cutest, but definitely cute. Come on, we've seen some pretty cute. That baby hippo having a bath the other day.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Like, we can't pick favorites here.
Yeah, that's true. All right, but you could be a favorite. We're asking you in our Move Morning Chat, what's the last trophy you won? Do you remember what's the last trophy that you remember winning? You can shout out a family member or a loved one or a friend, too. 10400 is the number. We would love to hear from you and share your answers a little later. All right, and we are halfway through the show. Still ahead, get the layers because we've got this cool, wet weather on the way, plus the run to end endo. We'll learn more about a weekend event in our region that's raising funds and awareness for the debilitating condition. Please stay with us. We'll be right back at 7:40.
Happy Wednesday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:43. We're taking a live look at a cloudy start to the day over in McAdam. 8 degrees as of right now. Temperatures will rise, remaining below seasonal for our daytime highs, though. Clouds expected to clear out just a bit, leaving sunshine before showers and a risk of thunderstorms returns. 6 degrees right now in Halifax with 4 in Sydney, 7 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 8 degrees in Fredericton, and 5 degrees over in Labrador City. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Seeing a bit of sunshine for parts of Labrador and into Newfoundland. Also seeing some shower activity, periods of drizzle. For the Maritime region, cloudy, foggy, and wet start to the day relatively for all 3 Maritime provinces. For the Tri-County area, though, starting off the day with some sunshine. So some temperatures will rise above seasonal for our daytime highs, but for much of them, we are going to see it cool down, remaining below seasonal, and shower activity is expected into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms for New Brunswick. Showers will continue in the forecast for tonight. Temperatures cool down further. That brings us into our forecast for Thursday. We are going to see another cooler day ahead, below seasonal daytime highs across the region. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, we are going to see accumulation from this system. Heaviest being into New Brunswick for St. John, New Brunswick at 10 to 20 millimeters, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, and also into parts of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland and Labrador not going to see much accumulation from this system. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 9 to 21 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud today with showers into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms, wind gusts picking up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 7 to 12. We are going to see wet weather throughout your day today and also seeing wind gusts of 40 kilometers per hour. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, showers throughout your day today with highs between 6 to 16 degrees. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 11 to 23. We are going to see showers for mainland Nova Scotia, seeing some sunny breaks this afternoon, though. And then for the Tri-County area, looking at sunny skies throughout your day. For Labrador City, 10 degrees today with scattered showers and also periods of drizzle for St. John's, Newfoundland with a high of 7. Thursday's forecast will be another wet day ahead for the Maritime region. Newfoundland and Labrador seeing that cloud coverage break down, leaving some sunshine in the forecast. And then for our forecast for Friday, ending off the work week with showers for the Maritime region yet again, a cloudier day ahead. And we do have a bit of a wintry mix for parts of Cape Breton Island and parts of Newfoundland. Crystal.
Thank you, Latavia. Almost 7:46. Now, did you know that approximately 2 million Canadians live with endometriosis? It's an inflammatory disease that can cause chronic pelvic pain, painful periods, bowel and bladder symptoms, and even infertility. But the promising news is there are resources and a community to help those impacted by the condition. The Endometriosis Network Canada's 2026 Run to End Endo is happening this Saturday at Graham's Grove Park in Dartmouth. Lauren Rogerson is the director of the Halifax Run, and she's able to join us this morning live in studio. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
It is our pleasure to shine a spotlight on endometriosis. Now, this event happened last year in the same location. How did it go?
It was fantastic. It was our first year. The community was an incredible support, and we're just looking to grow every year from now on.
Well, that's wonderful. Tell us more about the event for those of us who weren't able to attend.
Yeah, so it's a 5K walk or run, but people are encouraged to kind of listen to their own bodies. It's mainly, the annual fundraiser for the network, but it's also just a community event to encourage support and local resources for people with endo. There's going to be a barbecue to follow, some guest speakers, and some fun surprises too.
Wonderful. That sounds great. Okay, and we'll start and end with where it is and how to get there. So exactly where is it, and what time does it start?
For sure. So it's in the Grahams Grove Park Community Building. It's around Bannock Lake in Dartmouth. It starts at 12:30 for check-in, and then our guest speakers and our actual event will start at 1 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll remind you of that at the end as well. All right, now let's talk about the network and the importance of community. I know that we've had guests on the show because endometriosis is finally getting more attention, but so many people have a challenging time even getting diagnosed. So why is it so important to have a community around endometriosis?
Oh, absolutely. It's such a debilitating and isolating condition. Like you said, it's being talked about more, but before it was not. And the more we can connect with other people, realize that others are going through the same thing, kind of sharing tips and tricks that have worked, talk to local healthcare professionals, makes a huge difference for people's diagnosis and treatment and whole process.
Definitely. Now, as a director of this run, it's a lot of work. Obviously, you feel passionate about this cause. Why do you feel you want to give your energy to help forward this cause?
For sure. I grew up with a similar condition, so I knew firsthand the feelings, the isolation of it, and I've just grown my passion for helping others in that position. I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can give my time now, so I'm happy to do it.
Wonderful. All right, so let's talk about how our viewers can support the event. How can they do so?
Absolutely. So you can go on endometriosisnetwork.com to register, or just show up if you want to check out the day, see what it's all about.
Okay, that sounds great. And if they wanted to support to the, we actually have a QR code that we can show right now to register. We'll also put this information on our website where you can find all the information about every interview we do, but it just makes it easy for people to get the info. But it looks like it is going to be just, I mean, this weekend the conditions are going to be cool. It's going to be great to get out, walk around, like absolutely perfect, honestly.
Yeah. Bring your layers too.
Yeah.
It's going to be rain or shine.
Yeah, I love it. And I love that anyone can just show up and kind of show up on the day and be part of it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that is your best ever. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And now we'll turn our attention over to Amanda with health news.
Thank you so much, ladies. Health and medical news now. Doctors in Manitoba are warning of the risks children face from social media and excessive screen time. It's one of the topics in Your Health. The report says the dangers outweigh concerns for bad habits like smoking, drinking, and inactive lifestyles. When asked about a proposed government ban on social media sites and AI chatbots for young people, more than 90% of the 242 physicians surveyed supported a restriction. Doctors say they're seeing growing concerns tied to anxiety, depression, sleep problems, and changes in social behavior. The organization is calling for the removal of infinite scrolling on platforms, restrictions on advertising to minors, and stronger moderation of harmful content. Manitoba's government announced last month it would ban children from certain online platforms, but details on enforcement have yet to be determined. Aid workers in eastern Congo say they are operating under increasing threat as they respond to a growing Ebola outbreak. Volunteers report hostility from some communities alongside the risks posed by the virus itself. Health facilities have been attacked multiple times in recent days, forcing evacuations of patients and staff. The World Health Organization says suspected cases are now nearing 1,000, with hundreds of suspected deaths. Officials say overcoming mistrust in affected communities is critical to controlling the spread. Finally, want to exercise as you age but don't want to go to the gym? Try dance. Experts say, like other exercise, dance can help people lose weight, get stronger, reduce fall risk, increase mobility and flexibility, and even improve brain health. If you want to start moving to music, health professionals and dance instructors say start with something simple, like line dancing rather than tango. Find a class with your local YMCA, Parks and Rec department, or community center. Local dance studios and YouTube videos are other options.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, you can visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. In case you missed it, the annual Cheese Wheel Chase in England took place this week. It's a classic event that we feature on our show every year.
And yes, we do. And we always show a few seconds of highlights, but we've never done a deep dive on the steep downhill race before. So let's take a look at all these people rolling against, they're rolling, the wheel is rolling. There's a lot of rolling happening for a stinky bunch of cheese. Let's check it out with ABC's Danny New.
On Monday, travelers from all over the world once again tumbled down a famous British hill in the name of cheese. Doesn't that look fun? For the record, this once-a-year tradition goes back hundreds of years, with people gathering at notoriously steep Cooper's Hill in Gloucestershire to compete for a wheel of double Gloucester cheese. But did they have a guy in a Spider-Man costume 200 years ago, or a man in that? Actually, the biggest difference this time was probably the weather. With temperatures around 95 degrees Fahrenheit, this year's race happened to fall on the hottest May day on record in UK history.
Any injuries? I'm perfectly fine. I'm just very hot in this suit.
Well, the extra insulation did not stop German YouTuber Tom Kopka from winning for the 3rd straight year. You can see him come from behind here to defeat Cooper's Hill legend Chris Anderson, who has a Guinness World Record 23 cheese wheel wins.
I just remember seeing Chris Anderson in front of me. I was like, I need to go faster, and then I sent it the rest of the hill down.
And hey, it seems like, despite the heat, the 7-pound cheese wheel managed to hold off from turning into fondue. Meanwhile, in the women's races, we saw a wide range of protective gear, from this woman who appears to be wearing bubble wrap to this contestant who wore a leaf on her head. However, the craftiest idea may have come from the winner, whom you see here rolling down the hill in a mouse onesie.
Celebrate, yes, lovely.
Alex from France told the BBC afterward that she actually was wearing elbow and knee pads underneath her chosen uniform. By the way, the 23-time champ Chris Anderson, who lost, still a successful day for him because his 11-year-old son William actually won the first ever kids race, which, for the record, was an uphill race. Thank God. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, taking a look at our 3-day forecast yet again. 22 degrees today, seeing some sunshine across parts of New Brunswick, but showers move in this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Cooling down to 12 on Thursday, looking at a chance of some isolated showers, and a chance of showers continues to end off the work week. Warming up just a bit, 15 degrees. For Nova Scotia, 14 today, with scattered showers clearing, leaving a mix of sun and clouds, seeing the return of showers into the afternoon. 11 degrees on Thursday, with wet weather continuing across the province. 12 degrees on Friday, a chance of isolated showers. Prince Edward Island looking at a high of 9 today, with wet weather across the island. Rain on Thursday with a high of 7, and a chance of showers returns yet again on Friday to end off the work week, a high of 7.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Wednesday, May 27th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, long-term care workers from another home in Nova Scotia join the labor action. Details just ahead in your news headlines.
And the art of adventure. We'll chat with filmmaker Alison Reed about her new documentary featuring 2 iconic Canadians, a Land Rover, and an epic road trip. That and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Oh my goodness, can't wait to hear more about that footage, that time, And in a world where we get answers so quickly, just looking at our phones, we have like the world in our pocket. And to be able to explore like that with your eyes and to do it as a biologist and to do it with art and now sharing it with us, what a trip back in time.
Definitely. I know. And I mean, a well-made documentary can shine light on any topic and make it fascinating. And I know that Alison Reed's a very talented filmmaker. And I wanted to chat with her about her inspiration. She used to be a stunt woman. Interesting. So lots to talk about there coming up. Yes.
Very cool.
The film that she was known for, the girl with giraffes. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
I think that might be slight. I'm not exactly sure the title, but it's exactly that. Girl running with something about a girl, something about giraffes.
Yes, yes.
But
Art of Adventure, though, is the one that we're going to be talking about.
Indeed. Yeah. So looking forward to that. I don't know if I'm looking forward to today's weather forecast.
I know.
I don't be a negative Nelly, but
it's just we were treated with so much warmth and sunshine, even into yesterday's forecast. As you can see here, definitely a cloudy and wet and gloomy start to the day and cold. So keep that in mind when you are heading out. It is much colder starting off the day. 7 degrees right now in Prince Edward Island. We are going to see temperatures rise, remaining below seasonal and super cold across Prince Edward Island today. As of right now, it is 4 degrees in Sydney, 6 in Halifax with 8 in Fredericton, 3 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to precipitation across parts of Atlantic Canada today, we will be seeing pockets of sunshine, but this wet weather will continue on and off throughout the day. In terms of the wind forecast, it's going to be a breezy day for all 3 maritime provinces. As of right now, we're looking at a sustained wind, 31 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 24 in Charlottetown, 22 in Canso, Halifax, and Lunenburg. Wind gusts getting up to 46 right now in Grand Detang, 33 kilometers per hour in Halifax, and 31 in Canso. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Another long-term care home is joining the 6-week-old strike in Nova Scotia. CUPE says workers at Glenhaven Manor in New Glasgow are expected to hit the picket line today. It will be the 36th home to see its workers take job action. That will bring the total number of striking workers to about 3,600. At last report, no talks were ongoing or planned. A man accused of sexually assaulting over a dozen people at a St. John's seniors home made his first court appearance Tuesday morning. 69-year-old Kevin McGrath is facing 14 counts of sexual assault related to incidents in December and January at Loch Lomond Villa. The courtroom was full, but victims' families and Loch Lomond's CEO declined to speak with reporters. Police had previously told CTV News the accused was a family member of a resident at the nursing home. He will be back in court in late June. 2 15-year-old hockey players charged in Nova Scotia with sexual assault after an alleged hazing incident have pleaded not guilty. One youth appeared in Truro court. The other was represented by their lawyer. The crimes are alleged to have taken place in the fall. Police have said there are 3 victims. The accused, who were all 14 at the time of the alleged offenses, were charged in February. They're due back in court at the end of June to set a trial date. A final farewell to Robert K. Irving, who died of cancer last week. The co-CEO of J.D. Irving Limited has been widely praised by individuals, organizations, and even governments. Tuesday's funeral service was well attended and in some ways just as unique as the man himself. A trumpet medley of songs of hope were part of the program at the Saunders Irving Chapel at Kingswood University. The event was closed to reporters but live streamed online. Fiercely proud of his maritime roots, the proceedings included a poem written by Irving's mother and read by his sister.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful New Brunswick, of forests, mountains green, with lakes and winding rivers, to gentle flowing streams.
My mother gave us a great foundation for life, and Rob, of course, and the rest of us, great foundation for life, and in the church, in her faith. And, well-documented fact, she was Rob's biggest Wildcat supporter in the family, no doubt about it.
Among his many achievements, Irving founded the Moncton Wildcats and rarely missed a game. Very public goodbye comes ahead of a private family burial. Robert will be laid to rest with his parents at the family chapel in Bouctouche. A PEI hockey legend, longtime NHL player and Maritime junior coach Forbes Kennedy has died. Born in Dorchester, New Brunswick, and raised on the island, Forbes Kennedy played 603 games in the NHL, often in the enforcer role for Detroit, Boston, Philadelphia, and Toronto. He was inducted into the PEI Sports Hall of Fame while still playing in 1968. He spent decades coaching, first in the U.S., then back home with the Charlottetown Abbeys, and later as bench boss of the Summerside Western Capitals from 2004 until 2007. Forbes Kennedy was 90 years old. Now to a remarkable rescue. Firefighters in North Sydney saved a service dog from a burning house.
Oh, what a sin!
Firefighters first used a ladder to try and reach the dog, who was trapped on the top floor, while crews below considered casting a net for the animal to jump onto. The 70-pound dog was ultimately brought down the stairs to safety by a firefighter from inside.
He was a service animal who was a very important animal to the person that owned him, and that alone is worth it.
He knows he saved him. Look at him. Oh, my God.
There's the dog back on solid ground. Fire crews were called to this fire around 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. A woman inside the home got out safely. A firefighter was injured at the scene, and the cat died. How the fire itself started is still under investigation. We have more remarkable video for you now. This one shows the power of fast-moving water after a car became stuck on the edge of a failing bridge. Now, I'm going to let you know, everyone's okay. No one was in the vehicle at the time, but watch what happens. Yeah, the video shows the moment just before the structure gives way, and then the bridge just collapses, and then the car's swept away, just like a floating pool toy. Now, the driver and passengers, they all managed to escape. They say the vehicle malfunctioned and wouldn't go into reverse. Thank goodness they got out of there.
Sheesh, McGeesh.
Wow.
That's wild.
That's so scary. I couldn't even imagine.
Oh, no, I know. So, fortunately, everyone okay, but wow.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, wow, indeed.
Lucky they moved out when they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, it's 8:07 now. Oh gosh, this is our last reminder of the day about our contest. So if you haven't entered, get all the info. Here you go. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. So if you want to win, all you have to do is go to the contest page on our website. That's at ctvatlantic.ca. Or you can scan the QR code you'll see in just a second along with today's code word. It is riches. Pop that word in, little info. You'll be entered for today. And yeah, you could win the 20 grand. 2 more chances to win tomorrow and Friday. And then winner will be announced.
I can't wait. I wonder who it's going to be.
Could be you. Don't know unless you enter. All right, time for another break. Don't go anywhere, because still ahead, Crystal will have a conversation with director and producer Allison Reed about her new documentary, The Art of Adventure. And also, Latavia has the latest look at the weather. Have those layers handy. It is cool out there this morning. I'm looking at the famous Cape Horseshoe in Nova Scotia right now. Some nice blue skies. The forecast is next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:11. We're taking a live look at St. John, New Brunswick. 11 degrees starting off your day. It is quite cloudy, and we are going to see wet weather persist across much of the region. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out. As of right now, cool to start, will remain colder for much of our daytime highs. As of right now, it is 6 degrees in Halifax with 4 in Sydney, 7 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown with 8 in Fredericton, 5 degrees in Labrador City, and 3 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a bit of sunshine in the forecast for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador into the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia. Other than that, though, seeing some wet weather track across parts of Atlantic Canada. Into the afternoon, we'll start to see the system break down just a bit, leaving a bit more sunshine for parts of the Maritime region. But for the most part, showers will continue into the evening and overnight hours, carrying into that wet weather for Thursday's forecast, and temperatures will remain cooler yet again. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, going to be lighter than we saw from the last system, but we are still going to get 10 to 20 millimeters for St. John, New Brunswick, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, and much of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland, Labrador not seeing much accumulation from this system. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 10 to 21 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud, showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected this afternoon. Wind picking up yet again, a bit breezy out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Prince Edward Island highs between 7 to 12. We do have showers across the island today. And for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, same thing applies. We're looking at some wet weather throughout your day today. Highs will range from 6 to 16 degrees with wind gusts of 40. For the rest of Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 12 to 23. We do have showers for mainland Nova Scotia today, seeing sunny breaks into the afternoon, but showers will return. And then for the Tri-County area, looking at sunshine throughout your day today. For Labrador City, 10 degrees with scattered showers. Periods of drizzle throughout your day today in St. John's, Newfoundland, with a high of 6. Thursday's forecast, another wet day ahead. We will start to see that cloud coverage break down for parts of Labrador and into Newfoundland. And then into our Friday forecast, ending off the work week with another wet, cloudy, cold day ahead. We do have a bit of a wintry mix for parts of Cape Breton Island and parts of Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Former Cabinet Minister Stephen Guilbeault is set to resign as a member of Parliament. The move is expected to be relayed to the Liberal caucus today. Guilbeault has become increasingly disillusioned in recent months by what he has called the dismantling of climate policies under Prime Minister Mark Carney. He quit Carney's cabinet last year after Ottawa's energy deal with Alberta was made public, which included certain rollbacks on climate policies and the promise to work toward a pipeline to the West Coast. Natural Resources Minister Tim Hodgson is scheduled to make an announcement about international energy exports today in Vancouver. Canada and Germany are set to sign a major deal on liquefied natural gas from a facility in BC. European buyers have reportedly been looking to purchase LNG from Canada and ship it through the Panama Canal as part of a long-term strategy to diversify their supply. Canada is imposing tighter border control measures as a new strain of Ebola spreads through the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and South Sudan. CTV's Judy Trin has more on the precautions being put in place.
More than 1,000 suspected Ebola cases have been reported in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The outbreak has already killed more than 230 people. It has spread to neighboring Uganda and is putting South Sudan at risk. Less than 2 weeks before Canada is set to host the World Cup, the federal government is imposing tighter border restrictions to stop the virus from getting in.
The health risk to Canadians from Ebola remains low. We are putting forward a precautionary approach.
Officials say each week about 350 people enter Canada from the affected region, most from airports in Toronto and Montreal. Beginning Saturday, they will face additional screening. People who show symptoms will be sent to hospital for assessment. Others will have to self-isolate for 21 days. The quarantine measures take effect May 30th.
This takes a very, very small risk and makes it even smaller.
Immigration applications from the region will also be suspended. The processing of permanent and temporary resident visas, electronic travel authorizations, study and work permits will all be paused 90 days.
We have many people coming for the FIFA games. Luckily, at this point in time, none of these countries affected our playing in Canada.
Officials say these measures are imperfect but necessary. There is no vaccine for this strain of Ebola, and it's uncertain what's happening on the ground in Central Africa.
CTV's Judy Trin reporting in Ottawa. NASA has revealed their roadmap for a major base on the moon to support astronauts in their work.
Artemis astronauts will stay longer, explore farther, and conduct the kinds of science that advances exploration itself.
NASA officials say the base will unfold in 3 stages starting this year. Assembly of the moon base is set to begin in 2029, including nuclear and solar power systems. It's hoped by 2032, astronauts can begin living and working on the moon. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Crystal will have a conversation with an award-winning Canadian filmmaker who's back with a new feature documentary. More on the art of adventure after this.
Welcome back. An award-winning Canadian filmmaker is back with the new feature documentary, The Art of Adventure. It highlights the 1957 journey and friendship of wildlife artist Robert Bateman and biologist Bristol Foster. Take a look.
Symbolizes adventure. This was not a safe country at all. Bristol, he saw film work as his creative medium. Bateman became...
Now, you can watch the film at an upcoming screening at the Carbon Arc Theatre in Halifax, June 21st and 25th. Here to tell us more is the film's director and producer, Allison Reed. Good morning, Allison. Congratulations on the film.
Thanks, Crystal. Thanks for having me.
So for people who may not know the story, who are Robert Bateman and Bristol Foster, for starters? And then why was their 1957 exhibition so important?
Well, Robert Bateman was a household name when I was growing up. I mean, he's a world-renowned artist, and Canada has given his paintings as gifts to royalty. I mean, he's known all over the world. Bristol Foster is a biologist, his best friend, very accomplished in the conservation area. He was head of the Ecological Reserves Program in British Columbia. And when the two of them were in their 20s, they decided to go around the world, as you said, in this Land Rover. And the amazing thing is that Bristol actually filmed it on a Bolex camera. So they went through 19 countries. The Land Rover was built in the UK with 2 bunks on it, and the two of them hopped in and put it on a ship, went down to Ghana, Africa, and then started going across Africa, and as I said, 19 countries. And of course, Robert was not a famous artist at this time. He was a high school teacher, but he was painting and sketching as he went. So we get to see that art in the film as well. So it's quite a special experience.
It is a special experience. We're seeing some images from the trailer there, and your footage, and then of course the archival footage. The quality is just so different. It must have been kind of a fun challenge as a filmmaker to bring it all together.
Yeah, it was like a treasure trove. I mean, to have that footage and digitize it, we kept it in its original aspect ratio, so you could see it the way it was. But there were also newspaper articles. I mean, the Robert and Bristol were dubbed the Rover Boys by the Toronto Telegram newspaper, and they were following this journey around the world as well. And of course, the journey was about exploration and discovery and just their love of the planet. But as Bristol and Robert got older and things started to change on the planet, I mean, their journey evolved into environmental activism, and they've both had such an incredible effect and positive influence in that way. So that comes across in the film also.
Yeah, before we get into the screening, is that important for you? Is that part of the reason that you wanted to make this film, is to get that message about environmental activism out there?
Absolutely, absolutely. Robert and Bristol have both spent basically their whole lives since the trip trying to create change, and they've done an amazing job of engaging youth is one of the main things that they think is incredibly important. So we're happy that young people have been seeing this film, as well as the older Robert Bateman fans. Their whole message is about connecting with nature, and you come away from this film, you can't help but being inspired by the two of them.
Yeah, I'm awestruck just watching the footage. Now, the film has already had a few screenings in Wolfville and in Halifax. What was the reaction like from the crowd?
Oh, well, just incredible. Alan Bateman, one of Robert's sons, actually is from Halifax, and he was in the Wolfville screening, so that was a real treat for them. Yeah, people come away just feeling inspired and they call it heartwarming. I mean, there's so much to feel anxious about in this world right now, and these guys are like a breath of fresh air. They're glass half full guys, and we've had so many people come out of screenings saying they were moved to tears in certain parts, but it's and also that there's this thing they wanted to do for years, and after watching this film, they're inspired to go on that trip trip or do that thing that they've always wanted to do.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that sounds incredible. That must be rewarding to hear, that kind of response from people.
It's incredibly rewarding, yes.
All right, so there are going to be screenings in Halifax at the Carbon Arc Theatre at the Museum of Natural History coming up. And I know that there's also going to be available on kind of on-demand viewing as well for people. That's great that it's going to have this kind of wide release. Why is it so important that people see this film?
Well, for a number of reasons. One is that we want to make a difference environmentally with it. We want to follow in Bristol and Robert's footsteps and use the film to help with environmental initiatives. Also education. We've created an educational guide that has 6 lesson plans that relate to the film for grades 7 to 12 and also a post-secondary section. So it's really important that younger generations know about Bristol and Robert. I mean, when I was pitching this film, I was shocked that some people in their 40s, or a lot of people 40s and below, have no idea who Robert is. And to me, he's a Canadian icon, and it's important that we don't lose our culture. And it's also important that they find out about the accomplishments of, other people like Bristol Foster.
Yeah. Well, Alison, we really appreciate your time this morning. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we're going to put all the information about how to see the film. She wanted to say one more thing. I just want to say we are going to put information about the screenings and how to see the film on our website to make it easy for people. But Alison, did you want to say one more thing?
Oh, well, thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. theartofadventuremovie.com. Our screenings are listed there. If anyone wants additional screenings, they can contact us through that site.
Perfect. All right. Thank you for that. And yeah, have a great day. We'll turn our attention now to Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, 22 degrees today for New Brunswick, a mix of sun and cloud. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected this afternoon. 12 degrees on Thursday. Isolated showers continue across the province and more wet weather to end off the work week, warming up to 15. For Nova Scotia, 14 degrees today. Scattered showers will clear, leaving sunshine. 11 degrees on Thursday. Showers continue across the province and a low chance of showers returns on Friday with a high of 12. Prince Edward Island, 9 degrees today with showers across the island, becoming steady rain on Thursday with a high of 7. 7 degrees yet again for our daytime high on Friday. Scattered showers across the island.
Still ahead this morning, a tribute to the IWK Telethon. We'll chat with one of the performers taking the stage later this week to honor the IWK patients, families, and caregivers. That's in the last 30 minutes of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 8:30, and it's going to be a lovely weekend for the IWK Telethon. Lots taking place. You must tune in. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, very excited about that. Excited. I'll be participating in the tribute show. I might even be introducing Wolf Castle, which is exciting.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're working Saturday night. I'm working all day Sunday. I'll be doing live hits with our friends in radio. And Latavia, you're doing check flips.
Yes. Very exciting. I love hearing how so many Atlantic Canadians support the IWK Telethon.
Yeah.
Hearing stories about people that have had to use services.
Yes.
It's just incredible. Heartwarming.
So many people. I think everybody in this room has.
Absolutely.
It owes a lot to the wonderful people there and the advances in medicine. Okay, 8:31. Weather-wise, lots to talk about, Latavia.
Yes, it
Rainy, but not all rainy. It's like
we are seeing some sunny breaks, which is great across parts of the region, but we do have some wet weather tracking across the region as well. But it's cold. That's what I don't love about this kind
it
of
is.
weather.
I probably need mittens to walk the dog today, I think.
Yeah, it's feeling that cold. And then when you factor in the breezy wind we're seeing across the region, it's feeling even colder this morning. Temperatures will rise, some remaining above seasonal, but for the most part, below seasonal daytime highs headed our way. And as you can see over in Antigonish, Cloudy, gloomy, wet day ahead. So also keep that in mind when you are heading out on your morning commute. Roads are wet across much of the region today. 6 degrees in Halifax with 5 starting off your day in Sydney, 7 in Charlottetown with 9 in Fredericton, 3 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. So hasn't really warmed up much since earlier this morning. We do have some pockets of sunshine across parts of Atlantic Canada, but for the most part, seeing showers on and off throughout your day today with the risk of thunderstorms for parts of New Brunswick this afternoon. And in terms of the wind forecast, it's going to be another breezy day ahead for much of the region. As of right now, 52 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang. We're looking at 30 into North Cape, 28 kilometers per hour in Charlottetown with 26 in Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 70 this morning in Grand Etang, 43 in Charlottetown, and 35 in Halifax. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Another long-term care home is joining the 6-week-old strike in Nova Scotia. CUPE says workers at Glenhaven Manor in New Glasgow are expected to strike today. It will be the 36th home to see its workers take job action. That will bring the total number of striking workers to about 3,600. At last report, no talks were ongoing or planned. There are high hopes and higher expectations for St. John's new city council, which will be sworn in on Monday. Both new and veteran councillors acknowledge there's a long list of issues to deal with, but it seems public safety is the most pressing. Eric Savoy was elected as a first-time councillor in Ward 3, where the bulk of the concerns reside. He says the best way to help residents feel safe is by keeping them informed.
Public deserves to know what the plan is and understand how we're working together, how we're making progress, and importantly, where there's barriers, what are we going to do to bring down those barriers?
Savoy says public safety was the top concern he heard during the campaign. The city has made efforts to improve the sense of safety with its Housing for All strategy and new Community Safety Services team. And it didn't take long for Halifax councillors to shoot down a proposal to make weekday ferry service free next month.
I didn't bring this on a whim. We're 5 months into 50% of this service being unavailable.
Dartmouth councillor Sam Austin pitched the idea as the city continues to deal with delayed and cancelled ferry runs. 15-minute runs were finally restored last week after months of half-hour service, but another significant repair quashed that again.
Having 15-minute service was a luxury. In the past, we've always had 30-minute service. So I don't know why we're not saying 30-minute service is still good service.
If a strategic investment in a 6th ferry is something we need to do now, there's that question, you know, like where is our ferry service heading?
Austin's motion, which would have cost about $175,000, was defeated at the council table. Now to a happy story of survival from Cape Breton, where a service dog was pulled from a building heavily damaged by fire. The entire episode was caught on camera. And now that the dog is getting plenty of love, and, well, so are his rescuers, CTV's Ryan McDonald has the story.
Oh my God, stay inside, bye.
When firefighters and people watching from the ground realized a dog was trapped in a top floor after a fully involved structure fire in North Sydney.
Oh, what a sin.
The next step was a climb up the ladder to try and rescue the animal.
The dog made himself aware to us, actually. He poked a hole in the wall on the 3rd floor and stuck his head out.
A short time later, the dog was helped out onto the roof, while crews below considered casting a net for the animal to jump onto. The dog was ultimately brought down the stairs to safety by a firefighter from inside.
He was a service animal who was a very important animal to the person that owned him, and that alone is worth it.
It looked really bad. Like when I was up there seeing the flames, it looked really bad.
Doug Ivey took this drone video of the fire, which fire crews were called to shortly before 3 yesterday afternoon. Ivey says that it's hard to believe the dog was able to survive a fire that reduced the floor that it was trapped on to charred rubble.
You can't imagine how much heat, the smoke, and just the sheer panic of what to do, like what was going through that dog's mind at the time. It's hard to believe.
Today, security is on site here, along with investigators from the fire marshal's office, as officials try to determine just what caused this sizable structure fire. The fire chief says the woman who was home at the time got out safely, but unfortunately a cat died and a firefighter was injured at the scene.
He knows he saved him. Look at him. Oh my God.
Still, the efforts that were made to go back inside to save this dog after the fire had been extinguished have made these first responders the toast of the town today.
I don't think any of the guys any of our folks have bought a coffee today anywhere. So it's all a good thing.
A dramatic rescue caught on camera, and one that for this lucky pet had a happy ending. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, North Sydney.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I wonder if Ryan was losing his voice from shouting at the Cabot Trail relay race over the weekend.
Likely.
He always participates in that. He's a fast guy, and that wouldn't shock me if that's the case.
Well, that would be a great way to lose your voice, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, 8:37 right now. You know we love it when you send us photos and videos by email or text. Here are a couple from a loyal viewer. Nice. So here is a Northwest Arm in Halifax, captured in the early morning light, thanks to Mike Chambers. Thanks so much, Mike. You've got a great eye. And then he caught one more fun pick for us. This is, it is, I believe, a goose.
Oh, I thought it was a dog at first.
Sullivan's Pond goose.
Or a cat, and then I was like, a cat wouldn't be in the water.
It is waterfowl.
I mean, a weird cat would, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. It's an otter. It was a dolphin. That would be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Oh my gosh,
all right.
could you imagine?
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at our community calendar now, highlighting some events. The Hoppiest, Bubbliest Run returns to St. John this weekend. Friday, May 30th, you can take part in the Port City Beer Run. You can enjoy stops along the way, collect stamps, and enter to win prizes.
Woo.
There will also be a 5K and 10K. To register, head over to their website. And you are in for an unforgettable night of elegance and glamour in Charlottetown. On May 28th, the Lady Ball fundraising gala returns in support of Ovarian Cancer Canada. The event will be held at the PEI Brewing Company from 6 to 9 p.m. For tickets, head over to the site on your screen. And Cuban artist Dee Hernandez takes the stage this weekend at the Mermaid in Windsor. Come out and enjoy an amazing performance of Latin, soul, and jazz fusion. The concert is May 30th at 8:30 p.m. For tickets, head over to their site. And if you have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
We do get them too. Send them along to Latavia every time.
Yes, I am very thankful for that.
All right, still ahead. Latavia is going to let you know, if you missed the forecast, just how low those daytime highs are going to be today, depending on where you are. And then get ready for a great show. We're going to meet one of the performers taking the stage later this week in a tribute to the IWK Telethon. Please stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:42. We're taking a live look at Halls Harbor. 7 degrees starting off your day. A bit of a cloudy start to the day. We are expecting a bit more sunshine into the afternoon as clouds continue to clear out. But we also have a low chance of isolated showers returning late this afternoon as well. So 6 degrees heading outdoors in Halifax, 7 starting off your day in Charlottetown, with 9 in Fredericton, 5 degrees in Labrador City, and 3 degrees over in Gander. Over to our forecast timeline, a bit of sunshine for parts of both Labrador and Newfoundland. Into the Tri-County area, also starting off the day with sunshine. But we do have precipitation in the forecast as well, looking at a chance of showers for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. And then into this afternoon, we'll be seeing a bit of a reprieve from that precipitation, but still going to continue into the afternoon and evening hours. Also going to see a risk of thunderstorms for parts of New Brunswick. Into Thursday's forecast, another wet and cold day is expected. So if you're wondering about rainfall totals, going to be lighter than the last system that moved through, but we're still going to see 10 to 20 millimeters for St. John, New Brunswick, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, as well as into parts of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland, Labrador remaining quite light in terms of precipitation totals. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 10 to 21 degrees, being the warmest into Woodstock. Starting off the day with a bit more sunshine, but we do have showers and a risk of thunderstorms this afternoon. Wind also picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between 7 to 12. We do have showers across the island today, looking at wind gusts of 40 kilometers per hour. And Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also seeing a wet day ahead with daytime highs ranging from 6 to 16 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 12 to 23. We are going to see sunshine into the Tri-County area throughout the day today for mainland Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Showers arrive into the afternoon. For Labrador City, looking at a high of 10 degrees today with scattered showers throughout your day. Periods of drizzle expected for St. John's, Newfoundland, with a high of 6. So Thursday's forecast, another cooler, wet day ahead for the maritime region. Starting to see cloud coverage break up for parts of Labrador and Newfoundland. Seeing a bit more sunshine into the forecast. For Friday's forecast, though, ending off the work week with some more precipitation ahead for parts of the Maritimes. Also, a bit of a wintry mix for parts of Cape Breton Island and parts of Newfoundland, Crystal.
Thank you so much, Atavia. It's now 8:45. Now, this weekend marks the 42nd IWK Telethon for Children. Saturday night is the annual Telethon tribute concert featuring a ton of maritime talent, including our next guest, Mi'kmaq rapper Wolf Castle from Papineau First Nation, New Brunswick. We're so happy to have you this morning. Yeah, love it. We're so happy that you're here. Thanks for getting up early for us. I know this is not a performer's dream.
Yeah, what an early call time, eh? Like,
Indeed.
hey.
Indeed. It's a Saturday night show when that happens. So let's talk about your music. You grew up in the Papineau First Nation. How much has your music been influenced by your home?
Papineau First Nation is just like one of the best places on earth. It's, you know, where I come from. It's, you know, a small reserve up in northern New Brunswick. And yeah, like just growing up on the reserve and being around a musical family that was super supportive and super creative themselves, it was just kind of normal for me to be a creative person. I always joke it would have been weird if I wanted to be like a scientist or something because it was just really creative. And, you know, growing up as an Indigenous person, yeah, I just, you know, I wanted to make music that kind of expressed and explored what that was like.
And your voice is unique. It's a rap style. Like, why was it that you chose to begin your career with the rap? Like, why was it? Because I have questions as a parent, you know, how your parents even got you to really.
Was a rapper. So, you know, it was not a big leap to do that. You know, it was, you know, hip hop has always been in my life and in my family, and it was always playing on the speakers. You know, we were listening to Tupac when I was a little kid, and, you know, all sorts of other rap songs. And I actually had to kind of like, the mountain I had to climb was to actually admit to my mom that I wanted to be a rapper, because she was already one, and I had to like navigate that. So I guess that's a bit of a different experience than some other people.
Would you, I guess there's some issues with my mic, sorry about that. Did your parents put you in music lessons? Like, how did they foster your musical talent?
Well, it was really just from a lot of support in terms of technology and access to technology. So my mom, you know, she made a couple films with the National Film Board of Canada, had access to all this kind of gear that they had sent over to Papineau. And when she got paid from doing some art stuff, she purchased a computer for me.
Wow.
And, you know, she, you know, gave me an internet connection and was like, go wild. So, you know, just having access to technology and being able to be creative and try to kind of explore like all sorts of different avenues. You know, once I started getting really passionate about music, you know, I had the technology available and there was YouTube. So I just kind of like taught myself how to play piano, taught myself how to make beats. And just from being a huge fan of rap music, I just, you know, learned how to write songs and, you know, crossed my fingers that they would eventually be good. So, you know, you just got to work through it.
I love that. Okay, you are going to be part of this Saturday night's tribute show. We have some images from last year's show. Why are you excited to be part of this event that supports children in our region?
I mean, I've always been a huge, like, I just love that this event, you know, supports the children of the region and is, you know, is just kind of highlighting and giving back to the community and putting a spotlight on it, because I don't know, it's everything we do should be for the next generation. It should be for you know, everyone coming up. And I love that this is sort of like a glorious, you know, declaration of the amazing people that live in this region. And we can share the stage with such amazing talent that is all from here. So it seems to be just like a wonderful event that celebrates, you know, life and just this whole area. And I think it's so important for that reason.
You're absolutely right. And the IWK supports children all around the region too. So it's just, it all comes together in a beautiful way. I know a lot of young people look up to you. And so it's nice to hear that you're all about giving back. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Well, we'll see you Saturday night.
All right, see you there.
See you there. The tribute show is live on CTV this Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. Then on Sunday, it's the 42nd annual Ida Vacay Telethon for children beginning at 10 a.m. But Wolf Castle is going to be part of the Saturday night celebrations. You got to tune in for that. We're going to take a little break, and we'll wrap up the show right after this. Hope you can join us right after this break.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
All right, it has been a busy Wednesday morning here on Your Morning Atlantic. We were asking about trophies for the Move Morning Chat. Like, when was the last time you won a trophy, or you accepted one, or a cool story? And here's what you had to say. Sean from Lake Loon, I've only won 2 trophies in my life. One for being the winner of a chili cook-off.
Whoa.
And the last one was for winning a karaoke competition on a cruise ship.
What?
Yeah, I display my golden cruise ship trophy proudly right in our living room.
That's awesome.
Those are awesome things to win trophies for. Wow.
Sean can cook and sing? Wow.
No, like, Sean is an interesting person. I'm excited about this.
I wonder what the secret is to that chili.
Right?
And what song did you sing?
Exactly, so many questions.
Sherry from Dartmouth, the last trophy I earned was in the early 90s. It was awarded to our Dartmouth League member for the most 10 and under shots. Not one to be proud of. I also saw the Grey Cup up close and personal once when I was about 17. Pretty impressive trophy.
Oh, yeah.
We've actually had the Grey Cup on the show here. It was about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I love
Tavia
it.
and I got to hold it.
This is really fun. You win for a trophy you've won, and then also for a trophy that you've seen.
Yeah,
wonderful. Yeah, we like this.
Exactly. LJ, we grew a 5-headed cabbage.
Wow.
And won the Oddity Vegetable Trophy at the Annapolis Valley Exhibition in 2015. It was an odd-looking cabbage for sure.
That's a fun trophy to win.
Neat. That's neat that they even have that option.
Right? Yes, the Oddity Vegetable Trophy. Love it.
That's fun to say. Oddity Vegetable Trophy.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who weighed in and took a moment. Do you remember the last trophy you won or received?
That's going to take a second, but I will tell a fun trophy that we have in our house.
Okay.
Yes. I found this at a thrift store. So it's wild and wacky. It's a lamp, all right?
A lamp, okay.
It's a lamp, but it's a trophy. The lamp is a trophy. So it has a little like a little inscription on it. I gave this to my daughter. She has it in her dorm room. She loves this lamp so much. It says, the Women's Bowling League, the Astronauts, 2nd place winner. They gave out this lamp to all the 2nd place winners.
Wow.
It's a beautiful, I put a cute little shade on it, but it's the coolest thing ever. It has like and the lamp has like in the middle of it like a lady bowling. Like it's the coolest lamp in the world.
What a great find.
Neat.
Yes.
Oh, that is super, super cool.
It's such a beautiful, like I'll take a picture of it to show you guys because it's so, it is like a beautiful, it's probably from the 60s. Like it is a little beautiful lamp. And what a fun idea to give it something practical as the, like I don't know if you're like me, but maybe you, because you run races too. Don't you run a lot faster when there's some actual physical prize on the line?
Absolutely. I don't think I'd be running if there wasn't. I'm like, I earned this. I worked so hard. Thank you.
So I think, how much time do we have, control room, for me to tell a story or no? Okay, so I have won a lot of running awards. Like, so sure, like fine, and I appreciate them, and it gets fun to win for sure. But this is the most shocking trophy I ever won in my life, and I'm very proud of it. It is, I was at cheerleading camp in grade 12. Okay. In Kentucky.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So this was a neat experience. My school paid for us to go down. This is back, cheerleading's not what it was. Like I can't do the tricks of today, but I had a lot of spirit, I guess.
Yes.
And they have this award called Miss Camp America, and it's for the person who shows the most spirit at the cheerleading camp. Guess who wins? This girl.
Awesome.
I was so shocked because it's in Kentucky and it was like, I'm not the best cheerleader, but for some reason I won for the best spirit, and it's this amazing little trophy that has like a cheerleader like on the top of it.
Oh, cool.
When I won that, I was like Miss America. I was like, started to cry. Oh my gosh, it was what a shock.
Like you say you're surprised, but I don't think we're surprised at all.
No, not at all. But that's awesome.
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool.
What a time. So, I mean, anyway, I love your stories. This Move Morning Chat gives us a chance to get to know our viewers and ourselves in a new light.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about all the accolades.
Exactly. All the accolades. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, tomorrow is our Thursday edition of the show already. Guess what? We're going to be teeing up Ocean Week.
Yeah.
It's next week. Yeah.
Spice cooking is going to be returning to the YMA kitchen as well.
Love that. Ooh, and we're going to be talking about budgeting when it comes to planning family vacations.
And a dog guide walk. So it's a great variety show. We hope you can join us tomorrow, 6 a.m. is when we start.